Good evening, everyone, and this is the Social Science Geography Marathon session in which we will be revising the entire geography syllabus that is there in your CBSE Class 10 Term 2. So, the chapter that we'll be covering first is Lifelines of our National Economy, a very important chapter because at least one case-based question can be expected from this chapter, as well as a two-marker question according to the sample paper. Okay. Let's get started with it. Before that, I have a few questions for you. Okay, wait a second. First question is, why are transport and communication called lifelines of the country? Any idea? Okay. First question that I have for you is, why are transportation and communication called lifelines of the country? Second, transportation and communication are compared to veins and arteries of our body. So you have to talk about the development that takes place because of the transport and communication. Okay, how the transport and communication are helping in the economic development of India, as well as how are they reducing our time to cover a particular distance to reach a particular destination, right? So we have to talk about that thing in this particular question. Okay, and it is also given in your NCERT page 1 of this particular chapter, so you can have a look at that. Okay, now first thing, what do we mean by lifelines? Lifelines basically means the support system. They are supporting us in all the activities. Okay, whatever activities are taking place in the world, lifelines support them, just like transport and communication. Why? Why do you think so? Because the raw material to industry and support agriculture. What happens? They are going to transport the raw material to the industries. Without the transport, will you be able to supply the raw material? If you want to take the raw material from one place to another, you will need transportation system. That is why there is importance of transportation. It also supports agriculture because from agriculture, when we have to take the crops to different places, we are going to do that with the help of transport. Supports trade, definitely international trade, foreign trade, local trade, everything is supported by transportation. Basis of globalization, interconnection, internetworking. How? Through different transportation and communication. When we are communicating with them, without communication, do you think globalization and all that is possible? It is not, right? Backbone to tourism, because in tourism there is transportation, there is communication, right? There is trade also at the same time. Defense, army, navy, air force, they are using the transport, isn't it? Army is using the land transport, navy is using the water transport, and air force is using the air transport. Yay! Okay, that is why students, it is very important that you remember this national integration, that it is integrating everybody, right? It is integrating the country. Now, just have a look at this significance of means of transportation and communication. What is the significance? What is the importance? So you can read it. Place utility, movements and goods, services from supply to the demanded area, from where it is supplied to the demanded area where it has to be taken. Technology, it helps to transfer better tech from one country to the other. Yes, your communication system, your transportation system, it is going to help you to transfer better. Now, trade, talking about trade, what is the trade? It is various means of communication helping traders to have links. Because in trade, what happens? That we are basically communicating, buying and selling each other's commodities, right? So we should have a well developed communication system. Okay, commute, means of transport, carry, move people from one place to another, and distance, it shortens the distance between places, it reduces the distance and time. Okay, plus the time. Okay, I think you won't be able to see this, right? Just a second. Now you will be able to see. Huh. Now today the world has been converted into a large village, and we call this as the global village. Okay, because of globalization, interconnection, right? With the help of efficient communication and fast moving transport. Large village means the entire world is a whole now. Now it is united, it is interconnected. Different countries have been connected through transportation as well as communication. Okay, the pace of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement towards space. You can read this, and that talking about the means of transport, so we have land transport, water transport, and air transport. If I talk about, okay, the land transport, I have roadways, railways, pipelines, right? Water, inland and overseas. Air, domestic, international. Domestic, we have public undertaking, private airlines. Okay, talking about roadways. Now, first point that we need to understand about roadways is that India has one of the largest road networks in the world, that is 2.32 million kilometers. Isn't it really good? It has a very large network of the roads. You know? Roads are being constructed at a very fast pace, but still density of roads is low. They are not dense. Not dense. Now, roads have an edge over railways. This is a question that is asked, why roadways have an edge over railways. So, what are you going to include? Because it out. They can be built and maintained easily. Okay, you can maintain the roadways easily. What happens? It's a second. Yeah, better, right? Now it is fine, I guess. Um, yes, built and maintained easily. Then construction cost of roads is lower than railways. So number one point, that you can easily build the roads, right? For building the railways, you need a long track. Okay. Then we talk about the construction cost. The construction cost of the roads is lower than the railways. They can be built at higher altitudes at any place. Railways cannot be built at all the terrain features. Okay, if the altitude is very high, then you won't be able to build the roads. Roads can traverse comparatively more dissected and undulating topography. So they can basically adjust or move in any type of topography or any type of land. Okay. Road transportation is economical in transportation of a few persons and relative amount of goods over short distances. Okay, because in railways you need a large amount of freight or goods and a large amount of passengers. Okay, and extension of agriculture is only possible through road transport, because in rural areas you don't have railways. Okay, not in the rural areas. So in the rural areas there are roads. Okay, it also provides door-to-door service. You cannot get that in the railways. Thus cost of loading and unloading is much lower. A feeder, okay, it is a feeder because it links all the other transport. If you want to go from an airport to a railway station, you will use road as your connector or feeder. Okay, they provide a link between railway stations, air and seaports. Rail transport has the merit of offering personal service too, and road system facilitates the transport of perishable perishable goods across different areas. Problems of Indian roads. That are the disadvantages we have to talk about. What are the disadvantages? The road network is inadequate in India as compared to demand and volume of traffic. So there is a lot of traffic in your road, okay, as compared to other transport systems. The condition of most roads is very poor, thus they become muddy during the rainy season, not rainy season. So during the rainy season, what happens? The condition of road becomes very, very poor. They are highly congested in cities, so there is not much space to move, okay, especially in metropolitan cities like Mumbai and all that, right? Most of the highways lack side amenities like telephone booths, emergency service, police stations, as well as poor maintenance. Okay, so you can remember this. Classification of roads. Take a snapshot of it. Snapshot to be taken. Very, very important, right? The classification. Come on, hold on. Better. I don't know what exactly happens, but I am very much sure that you will draw birds. Okay. Classification of roads can be according to the capacity or significance and the material used. Material used, metalled or unmetalled. Pakka road, kacha road. Okay. Pakka road, which is made using cement, right, and bitumen of coal, and all the good materials which keeps it strong. Okay, and it can withstand any type of temperature and other geographical factors. Unmetalled is kacha road, which is mainly found in the rural areas. capacity. Golden Quadrilateral superhighways, okay, with four connecting cities, the four major cities, so that the distance can be reduced for going from one city to another, like Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata. Okay, national highways, state highways, district roads, other roads, border roads. Okay, talking about Golden Quadrilateral, so this is given in your NCRT, right? So you know that pretty well. It is the largest highway project in India and fifth in the world, right? So this is already known to you. Okay, now we talk about uh, this can be read by you, and I will give you the PPT's link in the description so you can read it. Okay, great. National highways, what do they do? Okay, they link the extreme parts of the country. Okay, extreme parts of the country. Primary roads and are laid and maintained by CPW. Number of NH runs. Okay. So this can be read. You all must be knowing it. National highways are going to be linking the extreme parts of the country. State highways linking state capital with a different district headquarter. Okay, and roads are constructed and maintained by state public. What was that? You know the full form, right? And district roads connecting district headquarters with other places of the district, maintained by the Zilla Parishad. So this much only for now. Bye bye. Okay. We will be discussing the rest in the next session. Thank you so much.